Good morning, traders. I am Emily Advani, the CEO of the Investment Banking Institute and your host here at NewsWare's Trade Talk. Joining me is trading anchor Bill Olson, who brings more than 30 years of institutional trading experience to our program. At Trade Talk, we provide the facts, themes, and trading ideas for the day ahead. Today is Tuesday, November 19th. Markets are coming off a mixed session this morning after the NASDAQ and S&P 500 advanced and the Dow retreated during regular trading yesterday. The NASDAQ added 111 points or 0.6%. The S&P 500 gained 23 points or 0.39%. The Dow gave up 55 points or 0.13%. Bill, let's get into today's action with what is happening in the markets this morning.
Yes, good morning, Emily. I'm watching the S&Ps. We're trading lower. We're in the red, 0.24% lower. There's not a lot of major events that are new that are hitting the tape. The big story out there, really that's causing an increase in global tensions is Russia's modification of its nuclear doctrine. This change is really creating a bearish sentiment, but it's not new news. We knew this in September. So we just have a significant amount of stories hitting the tape today, which, in my opinion, causes some of the algorithms to, kick into high gear. It causes some of the retail traders to get nervous and start selling positions. But this isn't new news, so I'm not getting too scared of it. I will tell you. I'm paying attention to the Biden administration. They're looking to really, press the lever and get those chip grants they promised to firms like Intel out the door before they leave office. Their FTC, Lena Khan, they're preparing actions on Google and Microsoft. They want to get those started before her term ends. In terms of economic nuts, a couple of reports today. Kansas City Fed Bank president speaking today. What else do I see? Shares of SMCI. They're gaining this morning. They announced a new auditor. Remember, their old auditor left them, so they re-signed up, and now they're doing business with BDO. And BDO is one of the top 5 auditing firms, so that's real positive. It's causing a big jump in the share price this morning. Got earnings out from Walmart and Lowe's. That's all positive. But you're taking a look over at Europe and in the DAX, it's down 179 points or 0.93%. I mean, it was down a lot more. I mean, I was looking at Germany and it was down, like 1.25%. Now it's down only 0.93%. So that is a slight rebound. The FTSE down 25 points or 0.32%. It did open up low. It did open up higher, and now it is trading lower. But it could have some comeback. You got to keep an eye on it. And the CAC in Paris is down 75 points or 1.04%. You're seeing, they had a 3-day winning streak, so it's okay for it to snap. Luxury goods are really getting hit on the Paris exchange this morning. And in Asia last night, you pretty much saw green across the board. I mean, the Nikkei moved higher by 0.5%. We saw financial stocks moving higher. The Hang Seng moved higher by 0.44%. Gains in consumer, financial, and tech stocks again today. And Shanghai Composite in China, it gained 0.67%, with semiconductors really leading the move. China's top economic planner said that the country's economy in the last 2 months of 2024 is on upward momentum. So, that's kind of positive. They got a big meeting going on right now. And then we're keeping an eye on oil. Oil is trading lower this morning, by about 0.5%. You got WTI trading at $68.74 a barrel, and you got Brent trading at $73.02 a barrel. The thing is, we had a big gain yesterday. We had a 3% move higher yesterday. So, yeah, you're giving back some of those gains. The oil market is well supplied. International demand continues to be a question. Production hikes are looming. That's not good for oil. And so you have these Russia tensions going on, and typically that would cause oil to spike. But after a 3% gain, it doesn't have the ability to move much higher because of the demand situation. So oil prices trade lower by about 0.5% this morning. I mean, that's what I have for your morning market update.
And Bill, as you pointed out, sort of the geopolitical issues are really driving the markets this morning. But instead of getting lost in that sea of red, you're really continuing to look for opportunities and making sure that you're keeping track of all the other types of market moving news. One of those areas is earnings action. And we have a number of earnings to note, some big name retailers, and of course, everybody's still anticipating those upcoming NVIDIA earnings. So, Bill, what is going on in terms of earnings action?
Well, yeah, NVIDIA's earnings are until tomorrow afternoon. But what we do have on the tape this morning is Walmart, ticker WMT, William Michael Tom. They delivered a beat of 5 cents on higher revenue. That stock's trading higher by 3.47%. We got Lowe's, ticker LOW, Larry Oscar William. They beat by 8 cents on higher revenue. Stock's off 1.2% this morning. And Medtronic, ticker MDT, Michael David Tom. They beat by a penny. They did it on higher revenue. Stocks, trading slightly higher, up, about 3 cents. So we'll have to see if additional gains are coming from that. After the bell today, we got Keysight Technologies, that's ticker Keys, Kilo Edward, Yellow Sam. EPS is $1.57. Expected move is 9.54%. You got Target, ticker TGT, releasing tomorrow morning. Tom Gray's Tom, their EPS is $2.28. Expected move is 9.03%. And TJ Maxx, TJX, Tom John X-Ray, they're also releasing tomorrow morning. Their EPS is $1.09. Expected move is 4.68%. So a lot of good earnings coming up, Emily.
And along with those earnings, Bill, the other area that you watch every morning are economic reports and events. No matter what's happening in the news cycle, you're keeping track of those pieces of information and data as well. So give us a rundown of what we should be watching when it comes to the day's economic events.
Yeah, it was a big week for housing reports this morning at 8:30 a.m. We get housing starts and building permits. But at 10 a.m. you get the e-commerce retail sales report. That could be interesting. 4:30 p.m. we get the API stockpiles report. That could be a move for oil for the oil markets. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And I do see that Kansas City Fed Bank President Jeffery Schmit, he's going to be talking this afternoon at 1:10 p.m. A little bit after 1 in the afternoon. Yesterday we did hear from Chicago Fed Bank President Austin Goolsbee. He emphasized the importance of considering both sides of the Fed's dual mandate, which includes price stability and maximum sustained employment. He highlighted that although inflation has significantly decreased and is aligned with the Fed's 2% target, that interest rates remain at historically high levels. He's a big dove, so he's looking for a cut in interest rates in December. And that's what I have for you in terms of an economic report, Emily.
Earnings action, economic reports, and you're still watching other market moving information, news, and headlines coming out of different sectors and segments. You take your NewsWare, Bill, and you break it down into alerts to track this information in separate buckets so you can gather it quickly, not only look at what's happening now, but you're able to anticipate what is upcoming and take a glimpse at historical data. You're looking at things like merger news, guidance news, shareholders meetings, buyback news. You're also looking at stocks grouped together like your FANG stocks and your Dow 30 stocks. So Bill, what else do you see is possibly moving the markets today?
I'm just doing a quick data check. I'm looking at my Dow stocks. I got 8 higher, 22 low. My FANG stocks are all off about 0.5% this morning. Hey, the big news in the FANG stocks this morning, like Google, the Justice Department's antitrust officials, they're really pushing to have Google sell its Chrome division. On the same note, I got to mention that a UK antitrust gave clearance to Google's $2.2 billion Anthropic investment. So yeah, it's mixed signals. I don't think the Justice Department is going to be able to push through this idea of Google selling its Chrome division. I just don't see it happening. You got 2 months to go. It's just not enough time. And then you have Meta. Instagram is going to let users reset their content recommendations. That's positive. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, we're talking Merck. Merck got positive results for its new formulation of its blockbuster Keytruda drug. That thing's a big blockbuster, billions of dollars of sales. Johnson & Johnson also got approval on on a drug. They reached the primary endpoints on a plaque psoriasis study. Um, FTC is laying the groundwork to open up an investigation to Microsoft's cloud business. Okay. Um, Microsoft's got a big event going on today. That's all going to do that in a minute. In terms of merger news, Berry, ticker BERY, Boy Edward Richard Yellow, Amcor, ticker AMCR, Apple Michael, Charlie Richard, they agreed to buy Berry Group Global in a roughly $8.4 billion stock swap, saying it's going to issue 7.25 shares worth about 73.59, which is based on Monday's closing price. That's a 10% premium to where it closed, 67.05. So, got to appreciate that. Berry Global being kind of taken out. In terms of guidance news, Archer Daniels Midland, ADM, Apple David Mary, they backed their 2024 EPS view of $4.50 to $5. Street estimate is at $4.60. Yeah, that's kind of positive. Walmart, ticker WMT, William Michael Tom, they raised their full year 2025 adjusted EPS view to $2.42 to $2.47. Street estimate's right in the middle, $2.45. So it's okay. Lowe's, ticker LOW, they narrowed their full year 2024 adjusted EPS to 1180 to 1190. Now the street estimate has it at 1182. So that's kind of an uptick for Lowe's. I'm a little surprised it's trading down 1.2% this morning. In terms of shareholders events, TRP, Tom Richard Paul, that's TC Energy. They're holding an investors day today, starts at 8 a.m. Microsoft, ticker MSFT, their Ignite conference starts today, and CEO Satya Nadella is going to be speaking at 9 a.m. That's one to watch. Microsoft trading lower by 0.3% this morning. In terms of buyback news, ticker ACM, Apple Charlie Michael, they're going to be buying back $1 billion worth of shares, they announced yesterday afternoon. And that's what I have for you in terms of news in the tape this morning, Emily.
This is the type of data that NewsWare delivers daily. It's factual, it's market moving, and our alerting functions bring it to your attention as it happens. Go to www.newsware.com now and sign up for the trial and see for yourself the benefits that professional Newswire delivers. We've now made it to that time of the show for the Trade Talk pick of the day. And Bill, even though we're swimming in a sea of red this morning, you're still looking for opportunities. So what is your pick of the day today?
I'm going to go on an earnings play. Target, TGT, Tom Grace Tom. Earnings are out tomorrow morning. EPS is $2.28, and the expected move is 9.18%. I just updated it. It was 9.01. I just updated. It's now 9.18%. Call volume yesterday, 43,207 versus put volume of 19,334. That's 2-to-1, baby. Call open interest, 202,661 versus 167,361. Positive, and a nice ratio. Listen, major brokers raising price targets. They like the stock. Nobody's discounting it. The CEO was really positive in his calls last quarter, talking about how Target has products that nobody else has. They want to stock their stores with products that you can only get at Target. That's good. And last quarter they did deliver a beat. They even raised guidance, so there's a lot of things to like here. But the market's going to open up a little weak, so I think we're going to be able to see some weakness in Target. So I'm going to say 156.50 for an entry price. I could be low because stock's trading 157.85 now, but I'm going to say 156.50 because I wouldn't be surprised if we see weakness due to the Russia situation in the morning, but I don't think that will hold. And when they come with earnings, this stock really could move. So that's my pick of the day. Target, TGT, Tom Grace Tom, and an earnings play, Emily.
Target on an earnings play this morning. We will follow that along with you. And coming up, we will do a recap on yesterday's pick of the day to see how that went. So don't go anywhere. But first, let's take a look at the current breaking headlines that have hit the tape in our hot off the press segment. Bill, take it away.
Dollar General, ticker DG, said to receive cautious comments from OTR Global. Robinhood to acquire RIA platform operator Trade PMR. Walmart says U.S. in-store volumes grew. LabCorp, ticker LH, CFO is going to retire. Warner Brothers Discovery NBA confirms the agreement to expand its partnership agreement. Zcar, Zebra Charlie Apple Richard. This is Zoomcar. They launched Zoomcar subscriptions for long-term car sharing options. Interesting. Uber was removed from Bank of America's USA 1 list. Doesn't mean sell. It just means it's not. It's not going to move as fast as it has previously been. INCY, they announced that they're pausing their enrollment for ongoing phase 2 trial of one of its drug. INCY stock's down hard. Oh wow! Air Products and Chemicals Inc. Mantle Ridge has nominated 9 directors to replace the board at Air Products and Chemicals. Wow, that's a big move. And that's all I'm saying this morning, Emily.
Okay, Bill, before we dive into trading on this Tuesday, let's do that check-in on yesterday's pick of the day, which was Fortinet, that is ticker FTNT. Now, I caught at least 8 price target raises on the stock this morning, hitting the tape. There was that analyst day meeting yesterday on the company's 15-year IPO anniversary. And, articles are hitting the tape saying volatility and these sort of price target bumps are due to that analyst day yesterday. So, Bill, were you able to take advantage of some of that volatility and get a gain? How'd your call work out?
Yeah, this was a good pick. FTNT, Frank Tom, Nancy Tom. Look at the fact. The fact is the data speaks for itself. Stock opened up at $94.57 and ran to $97.74. That's 2%. I mean, when I say get out after one, get the gains, walk away. This was a 2% mover during the day. So yeah, it did close lower. It did close lower after the event was finished. It closed down to 91.88 because, the news is out there, it is going to sell off a little bit. But you've seen the price target raise. But yesterday we called it at the open, 94.57 and, running up to 97. That's 2%. You got to appreciate that. FTNT was a winner yesterday, Emily.
Taking those gains when you see it, certainly a win there. And we will check in with you tomorrow about today's target pick of the day. Bill, thank you as always for your expert insight. Join us back here tomorrow and each weekday morning with NewsWare's Trade Talk when we provide the facts, themes, and trading ideas for the day ahead. Again, I'm your host, Emily Bonney, here with trading anchor Bill Olson. Traders, you know what to do. Let's go out there and make some green.